Alright, picture this. It's August 2007. The economy's looking shaky. Gas prices are wildin', and Chrysler just got scooped up in a $7.4 billion private equity deal by Cerberus Capital Management. But here's the twist. This wasn't about making better cars. Nah. This was survival mode. And right in the middle of all that chaos, the Dodge Avenger. A car that went from hey, maybe this is decent, to straight-up meme status in less than a decade. So what went wrong? Let's break it down. Cerberus came in with one mindset: cash first, everything else later. Budgets got slashed overnight. Engineers, limited. Designers, ignored. Materials, cheapest possible. And nowhere did that hit harder than inside the Avenger. Reviewers didn't hold back, not even a little. They called the interior a sea of plastic. Not soft touch, not premium, just straight-up hard, hollow plastic everywhere. You press the door panel, it flexes. You touch a button, it feels loose. Dashboard? Feels like it came out of a toy factory. Even basic economy cars from brands like Hyundai and Kia were doing it better at the time. And that's kinda embarrassing. Because the Avenger name? That used to mean something. Muscle, attitude, power. But this? This felt like a rental car before it even hit rental lots. And speaking of rentals, by 2010, about 1 out of every 3 Avengers went straight into fleet sales. Rental companies were like, yo, it's cheap? Cool, we'll take thousands. So yeah, the factory stayed open, but the brand took a hit. Because now, instead of being something you wanted, the Avenger became something you just ended up with at the airport. You know the vibe. You land, go to the counter, and they're like, here's your car, and it's an Avenger. Not exciting, not terrible, just there. That's how its reputation got locked in. Now Dodge tried to shake things up. They even threw the Avenger name into NASCAR. Yup, they slapped the badge on a race car. And for a second, it worked. Juan Pablo Montoya actually took a win and people noticed. But fans weren't dumb. They were like, hold up, this race car ain't the same thing I just rented last week. The disconnect was real, and just like that, Dodge quietly backed off and swapped the badge for the Dodge Charger. Awkward. Then came 2009. Enter Sergio Marchionne, and this dude didn't sugarcoat anything. He straight up called the Avenger's interior an abomination. Yeah, that bad. So Chrysler went into full-on emergency mode. Engineers got to work, retuning suspension, tightening up steering, upgrading materials, fixing build quality. It was like surgery on a car that was already bleeding out. And to be fair, they actually made it better. The ride improved. The cabin felt less cheap. The car finally started acting like it belonged on the road. But here's the thing. Damage like that, it sticks. Now here's where it gets interesting. Because even though the Avenger's reputation was kinda cooked, it had a secret. Under the hood, especially in later models, was the Pentastar V6 engine. And this thing? Low-key a beast. We're talking around 283 horsepower. 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. That's quicker than some base BMW 3 Series models from the same era. Yeah, didn't expect that, right? Total sleeper. And then there's the transmission. Old. Like really old. The 4-speed automatic dated back to the late 80s. By the 2010s, other cars had 6-speed, even 8-speed gearboxes. But the Avenger? Nah, still rocking that old-school setup. And guess what? It refused to die. Mechanics started noticing these things could take abuse and just keep going. 200,000 miles? No problem. Still shifting. Still running. One mechanic even called it zombie tech. Ugly. Outdated. But impossible to kill. So now you've got this weird combo, a car nobody respects, but also a car that won't quit. And when resale values dropped, like hard, we're talking up to 75% in just a few years, suddenly, the Avenger became crazy affordable. Young drivers started picking them up for cheap, and just like that, a new identity was born. By the mid-2020s, the Avenger became something else entirely, an NPC car. Yeah, like in video games. Always there, never noticed, just part of the background. Social media ran with it. Memes everywhere, Avengers surviving crashes, storms, years of neglect. Unbothered, unkillable, invisible, and somehow iconic. Today, the Dodge Avenger stands as a reminder. A true recession car, built to survive, not to impress. It kept the lights on for Chrysler, but at the cost of its own identity. And honestly, that story still hits today. Because every time a company cuts corners to survive, there's always a price. The real question is, did Dodge ever fully recover from it? Or are we still feeling the impact? Let me know what you think.